Instant coffee tastes disgusting. And if you want a really nice cup of coffee, you're going to need lots of really expensive equipment, which makes flying out to Rome for your morning espresso possibly a cheaper option. But what if I was to tell you that that is wrong? In this video, I'm going to show you how I took my coffee from tasting like dirt.
Oh man, this coffee tastes like dirt.
To...
God, that is the best coffee I've ever tasted.
First up is one of the cheapest and most effective ways to make a great cup of coffee, and that is the French press. Now, you would have all seen one of these probably sat in the back of the cupboard and only being brought out by your mum when the fancy guests have come. Relatively cheap. You could pick these up from between 10 to 15 pounds, sometimes even cheaper. I think I got this one from IKEA. It was only a couple of pounds. So it's a great affordable way to start making great coffee. It has a very simple brewing method. You basically input your grounds, pour in your boiling water, let it sit, and then plunge. However, a lot of people do get this brewing method wrong and end up with like a sludgy mess at the bottom of their mug. But that is for another video, which we'll link to at the end of this video, believe it or not. But if you are looking to take a step away from instant coffee and just want to up your game that little bit, a French press with some pre-ground coffee isn't going to do you much wrong.
Want some coffee?
Say yes, it's French press. I was doubtful too, but I honestly can't see myself going back to drip.
If, unlike many, you prefer a drip coffee method, and then this is possibly for you. This is the V60 Filter. It's like a funnel-shaped cup which holds a filter, just like this. Stick in your grounds, pour over your water as it sits on top of your mug, and you let gravity and the coffee gods do their trick and pour out a clean, fresh, perfectly clear cup of coffee. It's a great step up from the French press in my opinion. It offers a more clear cup of coffee and you're going to get much more control over the extraction and the flavours you're going to be able to get out of that coffee with your pour. Costing around £5 to £8, it's a very affordable option. Your filter is going to cost a few pence each. You normally buy these in packs of 100, 200, but it's a great way to get into coffee if the French press isn't your way forward. Now, as good as both of those methods can be at getting you a great cup of coffee, if you really want to up your game, you're going to want to use freshly ground coffee beans. And that's where a grinder is going to help you out. Now, unfortunately, there's a lot of grinders on the market which will cost you the same as a small Italian car. But this one costs less than this Italian car. This set me back around £85, and I'm not gonna lie, it's been perfect. Perfect, do you get it? Perfect. Come on then.
Yeah, that's not funny.
Anyway, this grinder comes with lots of different settings. You can twist the top here and that will take it from a fine round to a really coarse kind of grind, depending on what brew you're making. You can select different amounts, so you can do it on base per grams, on puck size, and even cup size if you want. I kind of set mine to the number of grams and then I just pop my cup on here and it distributes straight away. What I would say is it gets a little bit messy. All I've done is moved it and you can see there's, you know, some powder already, some coffee grinds already come out there. And this little bit does kind of spit them out. If espresso is more your thing though, you're going to want a good espresso machine. Now, unfortunately, there's so many espresso machines on the market at the moment, ranging from prices as low as £50 all the way up to thousands of pounds. It's really difficult to know what kind of espresso machine is good for you. When I was looking for an espresso machine, I honestly did not know where to start. You have the really cheap lower end of espresso machines, which you can pick them up. They're designed for pre-ground coffee off the supermarket shelf, and they come with these kind of like pressurized portafilters. And although they make a good latte or cappuccino, ultimately the espresso that they're going to push out isn't going to be great. And then you've got the other side where you can spend thousands of pounds on these professional espresso machines, but unless you really know what you're doing, you're not going to get good espresso. You would not believe how difficult it is to make a perfect espresso. Simple stuff like the amount of coffee you use, your grind, the pressure you're using, the freshness of the coffee, the distribution of the coffee inside the puck. All of these can lead to either really overly extracted bitter espresso or under extracted where it comes out really sour. And every time you buy a new bag of beans, you're going to have to adjust your machine, you have to dial it in for the new coffee. It just becomes like a real nightmare when all you want is a quick morning espresso or a cappuccino. And that is why I got myself one of these. It's a little bit like the cheater's way, I suppose. It's an espresso machine which takes these, I find it. It's an espresso machine that takes these little pods. You just lift it flat, pop the pod in there, and you can select a ristretto, an espresso, or a lungo. It'll also do double. Now, I only paid around £59 for this machine. I think it was actually like you buy 100 of these pods for £59. There was a mixture of singles and doubles, and you've got the coffee machine as free as part of that deal. And it's super simple to use, and I'm guaranteed every single time to get a good espresso. I have not had a bad espresso out of this machine yet. Now, all of this equipment is really good if you want to make yourself an espresso or a black coffee where you just add a little bit of milk. But what if you want a latte or a cappuccino or a flat white? Well, you've got one option. You can get yourself one of these. This is a £2 whisk, which I brought from IKEA. Warm your milk up in the microwave, whisk it all up, and Bob's your uncle, you've got frothy milk. Was it great? No. It just pumps a load of room temperature air into the milk, so it cools your drink down. And it didn't give you that great kind of texture what you would want. So cheap, but rubbish. What I did invest in is this. This is my Lavazza milk frother. Now, this cost around £50. Now, this one I got because it gave me the options what I wanted. I can get frothy cappuccino milk. I can get hot milk for lattes and flat white. It'll also froth up a cold milk if in the summer I'm looking for a nice iced coffee. The way it works is you put your milk into your desired level, whether you want foam or hot milk. This little whisk, which is sat in there using magnets, I assume, and that will spin around and it warms the milk up at the same time, and you get such a good froth from this. The microfoam that this produces is excellent, and it lasts as well. I made this cup of coffee 20 minutes ago, just before I started filming this video, and you can still see there's a lot of froth still sat within that coffee, and that is because of this machine. So, was it expensive at £50 compared to a £2 whisk? Well, yes. Was it worth the investment? Definitely. This and this machine right here are bringing me some of the most fantastic cappuccinos and flat whites that I can make at home. And I haven't had to spend hundreds and hundreds of pounds on a DeLonghi espresso machine or a Sage espresso machine where I'm messing around trying to get the perfect espresso. These are doing that for me, and altogether it costs just over £100. And then on this side, you've got the cheaper options where I can freshly grind some coffee to make a great French press or a perfect V60 filter. And that's it. That is the equipment I use at home to deliver the best coffees I can for me, my family, my friends, and whoever wants to come and visit. If there's any equipment that you think may be slightly better, or anything that you think I may have missed or I should try, and then please do leave a comment and hit that subscribe button if you want to enjoy more videos about how to make great coffee at home and also explore the world of coffee around us and different places which are serving different types of coffee. If you want to make sure you make the best French press coffee without the sludge, watch this video here because I'm about to show you that now.